Welcome to your all-in-one podcast show, where we speak to heal, to teach, to inform, and to educate. Get ready as we dive into today's episode. My name is Britney Fonki. You can call me Fonki Speaks, your favorite host. Hello, incredible people. This is Britney Fonki here. Welcome to the All-in-One Podcast Show, where we speak to heal, to inform, to educate, and why not share stories that is going to inspire and motivate you. In today's episode, we are very excited because we are at episode 10 and we have a very phenomenal person in the house. And this person is going to be gracing us with this topic that I bring to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, let me read her profile. This person is no other but an ex or former TV presenter. She is an MC, a business tycoon, a personal development trainer, an exciting person. She's already making you know her voice. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the one and only Mrs. Incredible. She's a Mrs. now. She's married. So before she got married, we were Miss Incredible. She's Mrs. Incredible or Mrs. Full Glory Wamba. Ma, if I introduce yourself to us. Welcome, Ma. Your profile is...
Thank you so much, Britney. Did you say I should introduce myself again?
Yes.
You did already.
I think we should know it better.
Okay. So this is Mrs. Incredible.
Yes.
And if I were to go by my husband's name, Mrs. Wamba.
Mrs. Wamba.
Yeah. And like you said, I'm an entrepreneur. I run a small business and I'm an MC too. I am also somebody who is very passionate about young people, say the youth, and this is me. I am happy to be on your show.
The embodiment of greatness.
Yeah, and speaking about TV presenting, I actually am a runaway TV presenter, and it actually feels nice to be on a TV show as a guest and not host.
Aww. Yeah, it's a privilege. Thank you for gracing our stage, for gracing our platform. To have you with your incredible personality.
Aww.
Ladies and gentlemen, please search Mrs. Incredible. Her name on Facebook, social media is Full Glory.
Yeah,
Full Glory Chair.
Yeah, just Full Glory.
Full Glory, yes. Mm-hmm. So you can find out there. She's very inspiring. I used to admire this lady so much. And it's so... God has
really,
his
you
way.
said you used to?
I admire this lady so much.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I admire this lady so much. I mean, there was a time in my life where I used to go online just to go and search her. Aww. And I'd be like, come on, I want to be like her, especially when she's on the TV. And she was one of the people who inspired me to start doing TV journalism. Thank you
really?
so much. Mrs. Incredible.
I'm grateful.
So today, Mrs. Incredible, let's go deep into our topic. Today, we are coining this message, the boss babe. The boss babe, because we have a boss babe here with us. Boss babe or a.k.a. boss lady.
Okay.
How does it feel, Mrs. Incredible? When you hear this, what comes to mind?
When I hear about a boss babe or a boss lady, it reminds me of when I just left the university and started doing network marketing. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of hype in that industry. So when we used to call ourselves boss ladies then, even without shishi in the pocket, even without self-confidence, even without any, how would I say it? We were not so sure of ourselves, but then we used to call ourselves boss ladies.
There's always this finesse added to it.
You just try to dress like a boss lady, even though you don't have the money. We just go to the market and look for these friperie clothes and just try to pull up like a boss, boss babe. You get So it reminds me of those days, and I think I'm very grateful to those days because it is from then that I learned how to MC. I learned how to speak to people because normally I'm a very shy person, really.
Well, okay. So people who don't know,
I used to be very shy. You get so I learned how to speak out only then, and so that's my memory of a boss lady. Aww. And these days, I think that a boss lady or a boss babe is a lady who is in charge of her life.
In fact, don't go deeper into that because I have a question that is attached to that.
Okay,
But Glory, when we hear about a boss babe or a boss lady, it's an independent woman.
Okay.
And this independence has been misquoted in many ways. So, to you, what does it mean to be an independent woman?
Okay. What it means, I think there's a very close relationship between being a boss lady and an independent lady.
Yes.
You get, because who is a boss lady? It is just, I would say, it's somebody who is in charge of their lives, like I was saying earlier. Somebody who is in charge and somebody who knows their worth.
All right, key word.
Yes.
Who knows their worth?
Who knows their worth and who never stops working on themselves.
That's a boss
Because,
lady.
yes, there is always room for growth. There is always space to evolve and grow. You get, so first and foremost, in charge of their life, know their worth, and always willing to grow.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the idea I have of a boss lady or an independent woman. And when we talk about independent woman, maybe it's just a more formal way of saying boss lady. You get, it's either a more formal way of saying boss lady or a more sophisticated way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boss lady is the word or the term boss lady has been misquoted. People don't like it. Like, especially males.
Exactly.
The men, they have a very big problem with like boss lady. They always come up as tough. They don't like men. They are so disrespectful. They are prideful. They are arrogant. They are not submissive.
Okay.
But before I go into that, a boss ladies, feminists, when we hear about, I think I did a post one time and I was talking about a feminist being a boss lady or a boss lady being if I was drawing a thin line, and I had a very big backlash from somebody who was very, I don't know,
Okay.
but she really stepped on my toes though.
Okay.
I had to keep my calm. So I had to talking to you who is already in the field, in the corporate field, who has a handful of knowledge or insight about this. Are boss ladies versus feminists, are they the same? Like, is a boss lady the same with the feminist?
Okay. I'll just say it the way I understand.
Yes.
I understand that a feminist is a woman who, say, advocates for maybe the rights of a woman in general terms. For example, fighting for the woman's right at the workplace, fighting for the woman's right at home, fighting against sexual harassment, gender inequality. We could just put it that way, gender inequality.
Yeah.
Yes, it's an advocate for gender equality, you get. So I would say that is who a feminist is. And bringing it to a boss babe, now we're talking about a woman who has understood her role, who has understood that I could be a boss in my office and still be a woman. I could be a boss. I could be the pillar or the not head but pillar of my home still be a woman. I could be the head of my business and still be a woman.
Not a man.
Exactly. We have to understand that there's always a difference between a man and a woman. But then we take up these roles, these important roles, but then we still know that we are women.
Yeah.
And when I talk about being a woman, I mean being a godly woman, because when you put Christianity or religion away from the woman, I think it's a different thing. But when you look at the woman from a Christian perspective, you see a different figure. Yeah.
I just love the fact that you are trying to expound on women, a boss lady, also knowing her role as a woman in the house.
Yeah.
Most times in relationships, what I've encountered, I'm still a young person though, but I do a lot of research. And I see...
you have a lot of experience or you do a lot of research?
I do a lot of research.
Okay.
So I got to find out that many said to be boss babes have a problem in relationships.
Okay.
Yes, because they come in with the mindset of the independent mindset, which is bad. The independent mindset is not bad per the term, but it is the ideology they have behind it. Like, okay, I can provide for myself. I don't need a man.
Okay.
So that's why I had to pose the question to you. Can a boss babe be a good wife?
Okay.
Yeah, can a boss babe be a good wife? Because many people have a problem with that. Is it that the way they were raised? Is it an idea they just inculcated while in the field? Or what could be the cause of such?
Okay, concerning that, I would say one factor which has influenced, which has, how would I say, disrupted or made us misunderstand the boss babe issue is that the way we grow up.
Okay.
Yes, it's our culture factor. Typically in Africa, talk about Cameroon, and let me bring you to my village, Akum. Yes, it was normal in those days that as a woman, just stay at home.
Okay.
Don't bother doing anything.
Just
wait for and pray for a rich man to come and get you. That is why, so growing up with this mentality, we just knew that as a woman, I just have to stay, keep myself maybe pure or holy while waiting for my rich husband to come and get me. So this mindset has made it in such a way that times have changed, things have changed, and women are getting to know that I can actually work myself. So when women start working, they begin to feel like I don't need a man anymore because the man was normally supposed to come into my life to help me or to save me or to rescue me from poverty or hunger. You get?
Yes.
So I think that this is one of the problems.
And this also, to me, yes, you're actually very correct. In this contemporary society and in the 21st century, a lot is going wrong because of what we copy out there.
Exactly.
Like you said something really powerful. You can be a boss lady and be a woman.
Definitely.
But most said to be boss babes and boss ladies don't become women at home.
Exactly, because I think it's just because they have not understood. I was watching a TV show yesterday about women, and there was a woman. She's 36 years old in marriage. She said, "Times have changed, yes, but men have not changed."
Times have changed,
but men have not changed. Yes. And she was trying to say that the attitude that men had in those days, the way men look at women in those days is the same way they look at them now. The problem is that women have begun to evolve and think now that they can take the place of the man or they are equal to the man.
And that's a problem too.
Yes. So that's where an independent or a boss lady has a problem. Go ahead and walk, go ahead and explore, go ahead and fly, do anything you can do as a woman. But then in front of a man, Britney, I used to say before that I have nothing to say about marriage.
Now you're a married woman.
Yes, I have. Even when I got married, I told myself I don't have anything to say about marriage. Anybody asks me anything about marriage, I'll be like, if you can get married and experience it yourself. If you can't, then just leave it. I have nothing to say. But right now, I'm tempted when I listen to older ladies, people who have been in marriage for years. You could only learn from experience. The best way you could learn is from people's experience and, of course, your own experience. So I'm tempted to say that maybe we should just listen to our mothers. 21st century women, maybe we should just listen to our mothers.
How they think, how they taught.
Yes, because these women were given very, very simple things to do to make to make your man love you, cherish you for a long time or forever. They were given very simple things. I'm looking at them like, okay, yes, as a contemporary, for example, this lady said, don't ever bother knowing what your husband does between the time he leaves work and when he gets home.
Don't bother knowing.
Don't bother knowing.
That's the problem in today's world.
That's the problem. We want to know. You get.
What is he doing?
So when you start saying that, if he knows what I'm doing, I'm supposed to know what he's doing.
Yeah. No,
now you're being yes. You want that equality. You want that equality. It's good to want it, but then.
There should be an authority.
Yes, there should be authority. Even in the Bible, it is said that the man is the head and the woman is the pillar.
Of course.
You get. So somebody has to submit.
The man is the head, the woman is the neck. The neck that carries the head.
Right? Let's put it however we want to put it, but I'm tempted to just go back and live in the 19th century.
Wow.
Yeah. When it comes to my relationship with my husband, aside that, 21st century babe for life.
Aww.
Yes.
So there's a balance.
Yes.
Well, I think this is the balance we should create. You know, when you are out there, you can be tough.
Oh, you care.
Yes.
Strong
You
woman.
see, when you are at work, when you are doing stuff,
Yeah.
you can always put up as, the alpha female comes up very, very tough, strong, all the time, hard and
Yeah.
firm. But when she goes back home, I think for the balance to be created, if you have your partner, please be vulnerable.
Definitely.
Accept to be weak before him. You're a woman. A woman is not a strong being. A woman is not a firm being.
Exactly.
A woman was wired to be soft.
Definitely.
Let me not say weak.
Yeah.
Yes. But I think the Bible says we are weaker vessels.
Exactly. And that's why I even said from the beginning that a boss lady knows her worth.
Yes, she understands.
Yes. You know, when you know your worth, you can be submissive very nicely.
Yeah.
You know your worth, so your husband he doesn't treat you anyhow, or your boyfriend doesn't treat you anyhow. You make them know that this is who I am. I will not take this. And sometimes you don't even need to be vocal about it. You don't even need to tell them. I've understood something about men, Britney.
Yeah.
It's not what you tell them. It's who they see you for. It's who they think you are.
Oh.
It's not what you tell them. You don't need to go tell a man I'm a boss lady. They
They'll
know one when they see them. They know valuable women when they see them. And
You don't need to say
it
it.
to them.
Verbalize it.
Exactly.
It's very evident.
Exactly.
No, this is like, it's striking. I love the fact that you are here to talk about this. The reason I called you for this podcast is because I think you're balanced. Yeah,
Really?
I will not call a rigid woman, because I know there are ladies who will not, like, they will not succumb. Like, our spiritual father used to say, those boss ladies will always say, I will not, we call them boss ladies, extremist feminists.
Okay.
Extremist feminists are these ladies who take the feminism theory to an extent. They pull it. They start hating men. They start trying to, you can never equate yourself to a man. It's
Exactly.
true. It's true in some aspects. A woman can walk, a man can walk. Yes.
Yeah, that's why we say in places like the workplace, in church, in
same.
yes, you can compete out there, but at home it's a totally different ball game. It's totally different.
And that's really it. Before we go into that, I have another question for you.
Okay.
Does vulnerability make you weak as an alpha female? An alpha female here is just a lady who comes out tough, strong, the boss babe.
Okay.
Yeah. Does vulnerability make you weak? Now, this vulnerability could be you trying to show some level of weakness before somebody. Is it really weakness? Maybe you're just open enough to share some very pertinent things about you to a person. It could be your friend, your lover, whoever. Does it make you weak? Because I think this is a problem that most of us face.
Okay. First and foremost, I believe that everybody has a vulnerable spot. Everybody has a part in their life where they are not so strong.
Yeah.
Yes. You could be in total control. I don't even think that there's anybody who is in total control of their life. I think that there's something that you're afraid of.
Yeah.
There's something that when you think of, you're scared. It concerns you directly. Everybody has one aspect of their life they're so scared of. So it doesn't make you a weak person.
Sure.
The only way it's going to make you weak is if you say, okay, this is my shortcoming, or let's just call them shortcomings. This is my shortcoming, and then you dwell on it. You're not doing anything to work on it, and you allow people to use it against you. And these are things like, it could just be the way you look physically. Some people are not so comfortable with their size. Some people are not so comfortable with their height, the way their nose is, the way their tummy is.
It brings out a lot of insecurity.
Exactly. You see, everybody has these things about their lives. So if you as a lady, first of all, accept that if I have this imperfection, someone else, every other person has their imperfection, it's kind of consoling because I'm not in this alone. Now, if your imperfection is something that you can work on, if you're working on it, there's no way you're weak. You become weak only if you're not doing anything about it, and it's like you're doing things to cover that up. You're doing other things to cover that up instead of working on the actual problem. Yes. So being vulnerable is totally okay. It's fine to be vulnerable at one point in your life.
And it does not make you weak.
It doesn't make you weak. What makes you weak is if you give in to that vulnerability, or if you see like you are helpless, if you decide to make it helpless, or you allow yourself think about it to the state of depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it's a very powerful point. As you said, it's striking me because I have a serious problem with that, and my reason is because I have trust issues.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm not vulnerable to everybody. If I'm in a relationship, it's difficult. And why? I just find it, I just imagine myself being vulnerable to somebody who might.
Okay. Who might take advantage of
it,
of that.
Or maybe that same person will cause me pain with my vulnerability.
Okay.
Yes. So even with my friends who sometimes I'm going through stuff, you can
And you don't share.
never know. They really see me, I'm dying. They see something is wrong. They will come close. Brit, what's happening? I will not talk. I'm busy. I'm crying. I'm hurting. I'm pained, but I will not open up.
You know, open up.
My problem is finding that person.
Okay.
Yes, who can like see you for this? Like who? So you have this side. Like, is this you really have this that we can also say, wow, she's human. But then you will take it like she's human too. Like, come on. Because when we try to be vulnerable, one of the problems we face as ladies who are in the corporate space, who are trying to do things, taking up space, when I try to share something with someone, it's like, even you two, we are going through this thing.
Yeah.
Why are you crying? Wipe
know.
your eyes.
I know.
Why are you crying?
Okay, Britney, I think that the question is, yes, everybody's vulnerable. Who do you show your vulnerability to?
Yeah.
Who do you show it to? I don't make friends too often. I don't make so many friends. But I believe that there is one or two people out there that I can share anything with, and they would not judge me.
Yes.
I believe that everybody should have this kind of person in their life.
How can we find these people?
Unless you yourself, you're not trustworthy.
Yes. But how can we find these people? Yes, that's always my question. How can we? I like.
How
yes,
can
I have
this kind of person could be your mother, could be your father, could be a friend, could be your siblings, could be your boyfriend, your husband. You see, it could. It's not specified. It mustn't be a particular person you get. It could be anybody. But then, is there somebody you can trust? Is there somebody you know that you can share your life with and anything with, and they don't judge you? They listen.
Yeah.
With sympathy and just make you feel better.
The issue with me is, how do you know these people, right, are qualified to receive that information you want to give them? Yes, you know your mother, you can share something. But my mom is always good. But when I do something wrong, Jesus, I regret my life.
She will shout it. She will shout it.
So I don't even dare tell my mom some things. I have I have a friend. I have two of them. We don't talk often. This is the amazing thing about these people I discovered. We don't talk often.
Yeah.
But the day I call, even it's at midnight.
You talk and you feel like you've talked to someone.
I will talk and cry my life out. They will not even say a word. And they're just there to tell you it's okay.
These are the people you can share your vulnerability with. Seriously.
Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
People who try to come into my space just think it's just easy to have access to me and just be like, okay, she's going through this, so she can tell me.
No.
You
definitely
must merit it.
It's just that times have changed and people tend to socialize and over socialize.
Yes. And
Britney, I could know you. I love you. I admire you, but we are not friends, and it's okay. But you know what? Ladies these days don't understand that.
Think about enemies.
Yes.
You think?
Ladies these days don't understand that. I could have a very good friend. My good friend has another very good friend.
Yeah.
And I'm not obliged to be friends with my good friend's good friend.
Yes.
You understand? Yes, I had this
friend.
kind of scenario some time ago, and I found it really crazy. Like, my very good friend's friend is angry with her for being friends with another person. Yes.
That's childishness.
Yes, it's crazy. You understand? So this when you're friends with this kind of people, or when you want to make friends, you want to be intimate with everybody, it's not possible. Smile with people, laugh with people, greet people, say hello to people, pray for them even, but they must not be your friend. You must not be close to them.
Set those boundaries.
That way, you would know who you can share your vulnerability with, without the fear of being judged or them using it against you somehow.
I just love what you said. Don't over socialize.
It's not
and
necessary.
Don't bring everybody into your space.
Into your space, exactly.
People should merit it.
Yeah.
People should merit it.
Definitely.
Yes. People don't just. It's
Definitely.
not like a lottery where you just find yourself like, oh, I'm in Glory's life.
No.
Like no, you should not. You should like, wow, I really walked my way into her life.
Exactly. Yeah, I have a friend who tells me that every day. Like
yeah, she worked as
yes,
she worked her way into
do you
your
know
life.
the things I did to be your friend?
Because you're valuable.
And it makes you feel good to hear that, right? Mm-hmm. It makes you feel good that somebody actually somebody was intentional about coming into your life. Not aimless friendships.
Just by the sideway.
Yes.
Like the seeds that fell on rocky ground.
Not everybody.
Or by the sideways. Wow, Mrs. Che. Oh, Wamba. Is it Wamba? Sorry.
Yes, Wamba.
Wamba. Sorry. I'm sorry. Married woman. I'm tapping from the grace.
If you like, don't tap. I'll give you by force.
Aww.
Pray for you.
Future hobby. I hope you're hearing. So, okay. For our last two questions, because we're wrapping up.
Okay.
How do you boss babes see men?
How do boss babes see men?
To you as a person, before you got married, how did you see men?
Britney, let me start by saying that I'm a very positive person. Yes, I'm a very free-spirited person, and I'm glad that I realized at a young age, not too young, after university, I realized that some things happen to us when we attract them. Some things come into our lives when we intentionally bring them in.
And because of who we are.
Yes, and because of who we are too, of course. Yes, very important, who you are. Yeah. Yes, in fact, you attract who you are to your life. Exactly. So talking about men, I always tell myself that I'll end up with the best man in the world.
Even as a boss, babe.
I'll say, oh. Yes, I always told myself, like, I work on myself. I'm even lazy.
I know now.
I know.
It's so evident.
I'm even less unintentional about myself, but I would say that the years after I left the university, I was so intentional about my personal growth. I would read books. I would go to the gym. Not to the gym. I would do exercise at home. Yeah. I would intentionally drink water so that I would be fresh.
Wow,
I cultivated
intentionality for me.
I cultivated this habit of drinking lemon water first thing in the morning, like 6 years back, and it has never left me.
It's like therapy.
You get it's seriously.
It's
yes, I got so intentional about my life, and I told myself, all this work I'm doing, I cannot end up with just anybody.
You wanted a man.
You get. I always tell myself that I'll end up with the best man in the world. Aww. And I think that I did.
Proverbs 31 woman.
Yes, I think that I did. So
he hit his chest.
I'll just say that I always expected the best. Even as an aspiring boss babe, I always expected the best of men. Britney, I'll tell you that I would not say that I've had a bad experience in a relationship. I've had relationships. I've had relationships that some I even regret, but then I went in for them with my full senses. Wow. You get. I have those kind of experiences. Yeah. I think that as women,
you're always positive. Yeah.
Yes, I think that as women, even as a boss babe, you should work on yourself. Expect the best when it comes to men. These things that people say men has come, stop saying it.
You attract them.
You attract only those kind of men to your life. And if you're unserious, you will attract unserious men. There was a time I was like, I don't want to get married. I just want to live. I just want to enjoy life. Let me just date anybody and just be happy. And I was getting anybody's in my life. You get. And then when I said I want to settle now, please, you get. Somebody from my past resurfaced. Yeah. So even as a boss babe,
should be positive.
Be positive about that.
Be positive.
Expect good man.
Don't fear men will come and clip your wings.
Yeah.
Don't fear that a man will come and stop your shine.
Britney, there's something. The sign that the sign that you attracted on an unserious man, or the fact that you attracted an unserious man, is a sign that you are unserious.
This is exactly what my spiritual father said.
Exactly.
He said, how do you know a man is unserious when he chooses you?
He chose you. Exactly. He
Like,
chose
what
you.
is he choosing about you? Like, why should he choose
A man who is not serious would not go for a boss babe or an independent woman. Or if they are coming to you, they are coming for a reason. They are going to camouflage. They want to come and get something from you. So,
Wow. This podcast, this particular episode, I mean, it's superb because I don't want to stop, but we have to stop. I feel like we should just keep going on and on. There's a lot to learn. There's more to be shared. I think we should have a second episode on this.
part two.
A part two, yes, a part two, because it's really vast and wide.
Yeah.
But Mrs. Incredible has come here and she is already giving us some very powerful nuggets and very insightful points that we should get to know about these boss ladies things. It has always been a bug in my mind. I wanted to know. And thank you so much. But before you go, tell us the importance of a woman taking up space. What is the importance of a woman being independent, taking up space, and also knowing her worth? You can just give us 3 points.
Okay. I think that first and foremost, it is about yourself. When you feel important as a human being, not only a woman, it is very important.
To feel important.
It's important to feel important. Yes. Because if you don't feel valued, if you don't value yourself, then you can't take care of yourself.
You want people.
You want people to take care of you, and it doesn't work that way. So remember, we have said you attract who you are.
Yeah.
Yes. So you have to, it's important to take up these spaces so that first and foremost, you feel satisfied about yourself. You look at yourself in the mirror and you say, hey, Glory, I'm proud of you. Hey, baby girl, keep doing it. You understand? Yes. So that's why it's good to do these things. And then we should also know that you don't just take up the space. You don't just occupy the space like that. You have to earn it. You have to work for it, baby girl. You get any other thing. I always tell young people, like during our youth seminars, I tell them you can't be self-confident from a false foundation. Self-confidence is not arrogance. For you to be a confident woman, you have to work for it.
Sure.
Yes.
You have to be married.
Because any other thing you're doing is arrogance. Get all the money you can. Get it from men, get it from wherever you can, but you are not going to feel that satisfaction from
Like
yourself.
it's
like you
your
earned
sweat.
it.
You
Yes,
worked
you're not
for
going.
it.
You're not going to feel the satisfaction. So it's important to take up the spaces, but that's not what is most important. What's most important is for you to work on yourself and feel important first before occupying those important positions.
Wow.
Yeah.
So enriching. The most important is to feel important.
Yeah.
Wow. This is my take-home message. And
Yeah.
that's a clarion call. The most important thing to do to yourself is to feel
important. And you know you can't just feel important from nowhere. You have to work for it. You have to earn it.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least before you even have to earn it, just feel it.
The difference is that it's not genuine.
It's true.
Yeah.
But you have to work for it.
Yes,
Like,
you have to work for it.
So, guys, I mean, it's really a very wonderful moment here. We don't want to go home. But we
Definitely,
really
I
have
don't
to
want
go. This is Incredible has just come and demystified a lot of things here. Femininity, feminism, yes, boss lady, the concept of boss ladies, independent women, and in a nutshell, women in general. So I think it's really been a worthwhile moment here in the studio, and it's really it will continually be so. Thank you all so much for queuing in, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and drop a comment. See you guys in the next episode. We hope you learned something new that will help you at one point in life. Please do us a favor by sharing this episode with your friends and follow us on all social media platforms as Britney Fonki. From us to you. See you in the next episode. Bye.